Whew. Oh, don't fall over, Joe Boo. It's still Christmas. Well, good Monday. Actually, hangover Monday, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. This is the holiday after Christmas, so a lot of people are off. I thought I was going to be going down to the country, but unfortunately, the HVAC supply place is closed. So this means that we can watch Haterade Monday because, of course, the Cowboys winning means nothing. I am so sure of it. But before we get into that, we are less than 2 weeks away from us going to see the Commanders. Left hand up. I'm actually going to get busy. I really got to get busy. I don't know how many of you guys have gotten your tickets. The tickets is not too late. It's $199 for the tickets. It has been cold the last week of Christmas here. Hopefully, the thing they say about weather in DC, if you don't like it, wait 24 hours because they'll change. Hopefully it'll be a warmer day. We still don't know what time kickoff's going to be because depending on if that game is going to mean something, then, they may put it in prime time. So it could be a 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Hell, it could be the Sunday night game for all we know. We just don't know at this moment. But either way, we will be there. And I need to start getting a head count on how many people are going to be there so I know how many wings we got to cook. What we'll be doing is I'll be bringing a 65-inch TV. I'll bring some chairs. If you're going to the game and want to be part and want to help with us and things, I definitely could use some help because we're going to be taking over patio heaters, so we got the propane tanks we need to, my grill and all that, because we're going to be cooking, eating, and having a good time. So let me know. There is a post in the community tab about the details and the link to get the tickets. We are asking if you're coming. I'm not charging anybody for it, but if you want to do donations to help cover some of the costs of the food and the things and all that, it would be greatly appreciated. And I just need to know how many people are going. So we have some news last night. I was watching the Tampa Bay Cardinals game, which was just ugly as could be. And in the end, they tied it up. Tampa Bay tied it up and was going in overtime. I just said, you know what? I'm going to roll over and go to sleep because I know what's going to happen. That means Tom Brady's going to win. And the Buccaneers, if they win this week against the Panthers, they win the NFC South. So that is the number 4 seed. As bad as their season has been, at 7-8, they look like they have basically win one game. One game and they're done. Well, no, they got to beat the Panthers. But be that as it may, our Cowboys put a little heat onto the Eagles because now the Eagles have to win at least one, and we're hearing that Jalen Hurts may try to play this week because they're playing against the Saints that are still in the playoff picture. They're hoping that if Carolina wins, that will help them. So there's those dynamics that are going. And quite frankly, we don't have any time to enjoy this win because we play Thursday night against the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans, who have not won since November 17th on a 5-game lose streak, scare the hell out of me because the Cowboys seem to get up for teams like the Eagles. They get up for those games. And then it's the Green Bay Packers, it's the, Jacksonville Jaguars, that they don't seem to have that same energy. So we have to be ready on Thursday. And I got to run down the road tomorrow, and I got to run up the road on Wednesday. I got to get my big sub, and we got to get ready to have the game on Thursday night. This is just kind of crazy. So it's going to be a very, very busy week, and I'm going to try and get everything done. But I'm curious this morning, what will they say on Get Up? Was that a win for the Cowboys that gives you hope for the playoffs, or is it going to be, they had a backup quarterback? Let's see.
To win one game right out of the last two and put that thing away. But Dallas going to get in the playoffs. They're going to be a wild card team, probably play the NFC South champion, whoever that is in the first round. Can they make a run, Dan, with Dak playing the way he's playing.
Playing the way he did this past weekend, yes. That's the best game that I've seen Dak Prescott play since week 1 last year against Tampa Bay. And I would probably say that's the best game I've seen Kellen Moore, his offensive play caller, call in a long time. Dak was a playmaker a ton of times on third down, which is like that down that he's struggled with in some big moments. He used his feet to go make some plays. I thought it was as impressive a performance that I've seen from Dak since that week 1. And also the reality of this. The Philadelphia Eagles, the truth is you struggle to cover CeeDee Lamb in the slot, and that would be my 2 concerns if I was Philly coming out of that game is Dak played big-time ball, and we don't have anybody who can cover CeeDee in the slot.
Rex, should the Eagles be worried if they run into the Cowboys in the postseason?
No, 100% not. Look, here's about the Cowboys that we know for sure. They gave up 450 yards to a backup quarterback.
Here we go.
4 takeaways. That's the great part about this game for Dallas. And yes, Dan's right. Dak played great. But you saw Dak at his best. You saw the Eagles with a backup quarterback put up 450 yards, by the way. I mean, the Eagles are a much better football team. And they play this game in Philly again. They got nothing to worry about. Jalen Hurts, all right, is playing like an MVP, not a backup quarterback, which is what you have in Gardner Minshew. So, no, I'm not. If you're the Eagles, you're not worried. You want to see Dallas.
Don't be worried, Eagles.
For
Don't
Dallas,
be worried.
you got 4
You want to see us again.
4 takeaways, and your quarterback played his butt off. I'm not ignoring that fact. But no way in hell you're going to go into Philly and beat Philly.
Obviously, the expectation is that Hurts would be back if these teams met again in the postseason. We don't know for sure. But you mentioned, Dan, CeeDee Lamb as a problem for them. What'd you guys see?
They struggled to cover CeeDee, and they do a good job of formationing him. They do a good job of motioning him. And the Eagles, there's a lot of conversation. I think they're the best cornerback duo in football in Slay and Bradbury. There's a lot of conversation about Darius
and they got
Slay's
8 for lunch
this past week. And RC, I want to play for everybody at home. This is going to be that corner touchdown that looks like somewhat of a blown coverage. So the thought process for Dallas is I'm going to give you a 2-man concept, okay? There's going to be a speed out here and then a corner.
We must restore the protections of Roe v. Wade. Ask your senators to pass the Reproductive Freedom for All Act.
What the heck?
Going to be a speed out here and then a corner. And I'm just teaching my quarterback to drop back and see what that corner Darius Slay does.
So the first thing, my first thought is this is a cover 3, right? In cover 3, you're going to have 4 people in the underneath coverage. We're going to see that they don't get it really dispersed in the way that you're used to seeing it dispersed. And so now we get them up top. Usually we're going to have a curl flat guy here, which is going to allow Darius Slay to push to the 7 route. We don't get that because we don't get a guy coming out to the flat. Darius Slay bites on the eyes. Also, Blankenship, who is a backup, should be leaning to the 3 side in the 3-by-1.
Exactly. And so this is a great job because offensively, right now, I'm just teaching Dak Prescott. I really want you to throw that out. And if that corner drives on it, then you're going to watch the reset to the corner for the touchdown to CeeDee Lamb. So I don't necessarily think that this is a terribly blown coverage. It's just a lack of communication on the back end. Now this is going to be another CeeDee. We've watched CeeDee become the motion guy for Dallas. So often,
we've seen CeeDee become the man.
Comes over down in this 2nd and goal red zone area. What the Cowboys and everybody love to do is do a little bit of a snag concept.
If you run it back really quick, the first thing I don't like what the Eagles do is right now, as Epps comes in and he inserts into the pocket here, we're going to let Dak Prescott know exactly what we're playing. They're going to know that Blankenship's going to roll to the middle. We're going to have a curl flat guy here, and now we can isolate Bradbury with the double move.
Exactly. And so the concept traditionally so often, tight end hook, back go to the flat, and we will come what's known as like a snag or a spot route by CeeDee Lamb. This is great design. They realize that the coverage is going to drop down underneath. I pull that flat defender, and I want everyone to see the route by CeeDee Lamb because what they did was I'm going to give you the traditional look and then play off it. You're going to see the motion come over, CeeDee Lamb, and there's that matchup right now, one-on-one.
Put the chain away.
You don't want to miss this. CeeDee Lamb started to tuck his chain with his right hand, and then he went to the left hand, which he grabbed the phone from his girlfriend from during the draft.
What's that hand known as?
That's the hand of God.
And this is a great job. I talked about that snag spot route, right? Everyone pay attention to CeeDee Lamb as he comes off the football and really what he does with his feet to the corner.
Also, watch Bradbury as we let it run here. He gets in inside and settles because he's expecting the spot route. CeeDee Lamb sits him down, gives him the stutter, gets to the corner of the end zone.
Great design by Kellen Moore. So you saw those 2 moments really designed to attack very specific coverage. And those 2 elite corners really let their defense down with the coverage that they played, equal those 2 touchdowns.
Well, I think it's about communication, understanding, also tips and tendencies. Kellen Moore went away from some of those tips and tendencies. When you don't have Avonte Maddox, when you don't have C.J. Gardner-Johnson, a guy like CeeDee Lamb can exploit you in the slot.
So, but you're still buying the Eagles as a team that is not going to have a problem.
Watching the Eagles yesterday, Saturday against the Dallas Cowboys made me feel even more so that they're by far and away the best team in the entire NFC. Think about this, right? You're watching a team play with a backup quarterback. You're watching a team who loses Jordan Davis. They lose Avonte Maddox. They put up 34 points. And you now see, if you look throughout the season, the only way to stop the Eagles is to get them to turn the football over. When they don't turn the football over, they're an unstoppable offense. And Saturday, they didn't even push the football down the field because they played with Gardner Minshew. One shot the entire game, which was a called double move that was in the first 15.
I think those 3 out of those 4 turnovers do not happen with Jalen Hurts there, so I agree with you on that. Here's my concern with Philadelphia.
Didn't he have 2 turnovers against the Bears last week? Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah. The middle of the field, and you and I have touchscreened this, the middle of the field is still an issue coverage-wise. And if you think of teams that they're going to have to beat, like I think of San Francisco matching up against those linebackers, that's going to be a big-time challenge. And Dallas exploited it as well with their tight ends.
What do you think, Rex, about Philly? Is still a top team for you in the NFC?
Yeah, I think Philly. I definitely think Philly's the best team in the NFC right now. They're a complete team. You got to get your quarterback healthy, and as soon as that happens, they're going to be
no matter what.
Fine. Look, in this game right here, the run game, which is probably the most impressive thing that Philly does offensively, isn't near as good when you don't have Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. And it's not just the scrambles; it's the RPOs, those type of things right there. You don't have that with Gardner Minshew. So to me, that's they're head and shoulders the best team in the NFC, in my opinion.
And again, we want to remind people we do not believe at this point that the injury that kept Jalen Hurts out this weekend is season.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right. So that's I got to do another one. Okay, because they literally just said that the Eagles getting beat by the Cowboys means nothing. They are still the best team in football. Did I get that right? Did I get that? Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. Let's get to another haterade show.
Specifically asked to call a timeout before that play. He's like, give me one. A break. They gave him one, and then he made a rush. It was good. The guys on the call were all over. It was really exciting. Cowboys 40-34. Unbelievable. They still have a chance now to grab that NFC East, to the chagrin of our entire production booth in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, after that win on Saturday. And here's what Dak Prescott had to say about that possibility.
This might be the first of 2 times here late in the year that we're going to have to play these guys. And it's just about, I think that was a good win. I think that was a good win for the team, complimentary win. I know obviously they're going to think about that next time that we play them, and that's what you want. Hey, if they go and help us out and drop a couple of games, hell yeah, we're going to take the title. I mean, that's awesome. But we have no say-so on that at this point. All we can do is continue to win out and hope on that.
There you go.
So Gardner Minshew's valiant effort wasn't enough to take down Dak, and the Cowboys learned a lot, I think, from both teams throughout that entire game. Takeaways, though, from Saturday night's special.
Let's get some takeaways.
Electric matchup, really fun to watch.
Look at the haters.
It's the game of the week, really, and I think Dak Prescott might have been the best player on a football field.
Thank you.
Pick 6 earlier, like, here we go again. Dak in a big game. I can't believe this is happening. And then he completes 14 straight passes. Awesome. And when they needed him most, 3rd and 30, Kyle. 3rd and 30.
3rd and 30.
Hilton, who signed earlier in the week. And Dak goes back 3rd and 30, and he completes it. I've been looking for the Dak
for
game,
52
and it's not going to be a 90-yard
yards.
drive against the woeful Texans. I'm talking about Christmas Eve, national TV. Dak made it happen, and this is on 3rd and goal. This is Dak on the move, all right? Gallup finds a way to get open. It's a perfect pass. Dak Prescott won this game for the Cowboys. They were able to come back from a 10-point deficit late. Dak led them there. I thought Dak had to silence a lot of haters, not just on this network, maybe one that sat in that chair, Jason, who who compared Dak to a body part.
You're talking about LaShawn McCoy.
Yes.
Call him his posterior end. Like, not so much subtlety to that take.
I love LaShawn's take because he just says it like it is in his own head. But like Dak answers for it, and I think Dak silenced a lot of critics and silenced a lot of people talking about his derriere.
Yeah, my guy Shady speaking just like an Eagles former player. Yes. There's a lot of hate.
I'm almost finished here, but let's look at the haters.
Side of the ball for them. They gave up 442 yards. Minshew had 355 and 2 touchdowns, but they came away with takeaways. And when you can do that as a defense, you get the ball back to Dak Prescott in the offense, and you give yourself an opportunity to put points on the board. 3 of those turnovers came in late in the second half, 2 of them in the fourth quarter. And we see right there, J-Ron Kersh jumping.
Thing is, that wasn't on.
Grabbing an interception with one hand.
That wasn't on Minshew. That was a good pass. The fumble.
This week takes the ball.
The fumble. That wasn't on Minshew. That's the thing that's funny. They're saying if Minshew
coming away with big takeaways to give your offense a chance. They had 0 sacks yesterday. That's something that they're going to have to figure out, especially when you have Micah Parsons out.
Here's the thing. If it was Minshew had made all these mistakes, that interception wasn't like Dak's pick 6. That interception was the defender making a play and taking the ball away. The fumbles, that wasn't on Minshew. That was on the players. Minshew played a good game.
There, Lane Johnson goes down with an injury. You have to be able to get to Gardner Minshew and get him down. But when I look at this Cowboys defense, they're struggling a little bit. But when you're able to create turnovers, it gives you so much of a
game
boost.
changes.
It shifts momentum, and it creates a sudden change for the opposite team where they have to now step up and try to hold you out. You look at Green Bay, they won turnovers on Tua in the fourth quarter. Dallas able to win this game, 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter. It just helps you tremendously when you can get those.
Yeah, meh.
See the freaking haters.
Every single second to win at home against a team without the MVP of the league. I guess it's good. It's fine.
Oh, what a
34 points. Last week he gave
up
20 points. I would look at this like I always come back to this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like real hate, man, that's like an art form, man. You know, it's like you like a born a hater, you know, like myself, man. You know, a lot of cats think they hate, but man, I mean, I'm mad, you know, I'm mad at everything, man. You know, brother got a nice car, man. Why you got a car, man? I only got 1 car. Why you got 3 cars or a wife or all that, man? Hey, man, that's played out, man. I hate on it till he's totally broke. It ain't got nothing like me, you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, that's what real hating is all about, man.
This team winning in the playoffs, it's fine. It's a great win. Dak came back, blah, blah, blah. A million people are saying that. It's awesome. I don't know. They needed every single second to be the guy who hasn't played all year, and Gardner Minshew, who almost ripped their heart out at the end of the game. It's fine. They're good. They're 11-4. I'm sure they'll win the Super Bowl. What do you got, Jim?
That's such a take.
I'm sure that everything's fine with Dallas, and they'll win the whole Super Bowl like they do every year. It's great. Good job, guys. You won a game, no doubt. Great job. You won. It was at home on national TV, and what do you want from me? You want me to say, yeah, this could be? It's not. It's fine. They're the Cowboys. They're the same Cowboys every year. Here comes the tray, and here comes your slop, and here comes the lunch lady.
Oh, what an ass!
It's great. It's a lot of sugar on it. How much nutritional value is? I don't know. Not that much. It's fine.
You could talk about the Eagles. You could just zag and avoid the topic. That's what I'm going to do.
Maybe. Go ahead. Do
it. AJ Brown's good. Miles Sanders good. Devontae Smith is really good. And I think you should package up that sweatshirt and send it to him.
That's Nate.
His toe drag swag this weekend was unbelievable, and it was snowy. That was a touchdown catch, but man, late in the game, he had a moment. The Eagles needed it bad, something bad, and he dragged those toes in. So there was a controversy 2 years ago. Oh, Devontae Smith didn't submit his measurements coming into the draft. He did it at Pro Day. What's his? I don't care. His wingspan must be 2. Right here. No, next one. 200 inches. My God, the way he extended. Here it is on the right side. Here it is.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, went up and got that ball. That's dangerous. AJ Brown's had a fantastic year. But if you're telling me that Devontae Smith is going to come down all of a sudden and be a 1A option, not even option 2, look out, because he kept him in there and he was really big. And
see, this is the thing that's so funny to me is because you're sitting there looking at Devontae Smith, 2 TDs, 113 yards. Okay, that's basically what CD did. And this is what the backup quarterback, they act like, is playing like Russell Wilson right now, or was playing like Tua was yesterday. Gardner Minshew had a hell of a game. This is just the typical, don't give Dallas Cowboys any credit whatsoever. But that's fine. That's fine. Keep doubting. Keep hating. Just keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Anyway, we got work to do for you guys in the workshop. We are only 24 people away from 50,000 subscribers. I was hoping that I could get this by the end of the year, but it looks like we're going to get. I can't believe it. And I have to say, shout out to all of you guys for doing what you're doing to help the Joe Boo Sports Report be what it is. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but it is something. It is something, and it's definitely making the haters hate. And I love it. And I love you guys. And with that being said, it's time to go to work.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
One hell of a job.